What is your name?
So my name's Annie Nelson, but I work collectively with Chris Woodward as Yoke, and we've been collaborating for quite a long time.
And what is it that you do here?
We have a really varied practice, from kind of making a lot of work with fabric to using wood and creating sculptures, to running projects and publications. So we kind of use the most appropriate material or source that's relevant to the subject matter and the project that we're exploring.
Could you tell us a bit more about what you're working on?
At the minute we're working on a project looking at the Aire and Calder navigation, specifically in Stanley, where the river crosses the canal, and there's been kind of multiple different crossing points over the year, from a ferry boat where pigs and goats were all charged at different costs, but there's now an aqueduct there, which is one of it's quite a rare aqueduct, and when they were building it they also found the Viking logboat that you can see in Wakefield Museum. So we're kind of looking at the heritage of the canals based there at the moment.
How did you first get into doing this?
This project, we've sort of been quite interested in the canals near here for the last sort of year or so, and we've been reading about them and doing research, and so it's just kind of developed naturally as something we've been kind of investigating. The bigger picture of how did I get into this, I don't really know. There was just never anything else I did, it was just always this. So
where did you first start making things?
My nickname at primary school was Annie Let Me Decorate It, Sellotape It, Nelson. I've always been someone who's problem solved with materials, not necessarily really drawing, but kind of physically putting things together and taking things apart, and like I say, there just wasn't any other route. That was what I kind of had to do and needed to do, and it's kind of the way I understand things and people. And yeah.
Where else do you work? Is it just the art gallery or?
We've been based at the Art House for just over the last year, but it's actually the first time we've had a studio since we graduated in 2010. Previously to that, we used a lot of temporary spaces in Leeds, and kind of moved about and did more project-based things, a lot of kind of curating projects and working with other artists, but we decided to kind of get a studio and be based here. But sometimes we work on projects that are out on site, or we do sort of site specific work, or we might be working with people in a different location. But our studio is kind of the main place where we develop what we're doing and work through our ideas.
Can you tell us about the residency?
The residency's just been 2 weeks, which has been great for January, getting back into our work and forcing us to get started. Obviously we're based at the Art House anyway, so we're kind of residents here, but what's been really nice is kind of there being some other artists around that we're kind of developing work alongside for the sort of same deadline, and kind of there's been quite a few late night deliberations with each other, which has been like being back at uni really.
What collaborations do you normally do?
So obviously myself and Chris collaborate on a permanent basis, and we sort of formalised that collaboration in 2015, but we've actually been collaborating for the last 10 years, from when we started at university, sort of on projects, exhibitions, small pieces of work, and then we set up an arts organisation just at the end of uni, working with another artist, John Slamensek, and that was an opportunity for us to work with other artists as well. So we kind of predominantly collaborate between ourselves, but our practice does involve collaborating with other artists and kind of involving some sort of engagement sometimes to kind of help develop the project, I guess.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yes. It's been very nice to kind of not just be in our own little bubble, to sort of be around other people. So.
What is your name?
Christopher Woodward.
And what is it that you do here?
I'm an artist collaborating with Annie Nelson as part of Yoke, and we have a studio space here that I'm sat in right now, in which we operate as freelance artists.
Could you tell us what type of stuff you're working on?
Currently working on a micro commission from Wakefield Arts Partnership, and during the residency or commission we are looking at the Stanley Ferry Aqueduct in Stanley, just on the outskirts of Wakefield, and we are looking at its historical importance to the area and how it's affected the waterways at the minute.
How did you get into this type of work?
Good question. I was set to do a electronic engineering degree at Reading University and decided to drop out of that, and in my spare time I was drawing and making small bits in my bedroom, and that allowed me to get onto a foundation course, art and design foundation course, and sort of it went from there really.
Where did you first start?
I guess my bedroom in my spare time. It was very, I guess, quite private and insular at first because I didn't do art at school or college.
Can you tell us about the residency?
It's a micro commission from Wakefield Arts Partnership, and we've just been given 2 weeks, very short time frame, to produce some work, and it was asked to be about or something to do with Wakefield, and we've already been looking at the waterways in Wakefield and the canals, and so we decided to base our work on the Stanley Ferry Aqueduct. Yeah, and I guess because of the short time frame we've decided to look at making propositions for artworks or little maquettes or ideas as opposed to finished articles.
What collaborations would you normally do?
I've done many collaborations over sort of the 10 years of being an artist, and I've collaborated with other artists and other project managers and other creatives.
So have you enjoyed working here?
I have, yes. It's been a tough couple of weeks, but hopefully a lot of people will come to the art walk tonight and see the results, and there'll be a benefit to them, I guess, I hope.
I'm Amy Lilly, I'm Lucy Norton, and we work together under We Are.
Can you tell me a little bit about Wakefield Art Partnership?
Yeah, so Wakefield Arts Partnership is a group of small arts organisations all based in Wakefield, and we've come together this past few years to start working on bigger projects together and collaborating. So all the organisations are quite small. It's nice the more we work together, the more impact we can have.
And can you give us some background on that, like what you do?
Yeah, so we're here today. We've been commissioned by Wakefield Arts Partnership. So Wakefield Arts Partnership received a little bit of funding from the Arts Council to offer funding to the partners to collaborate. So we've collaborated with the Art House. Both of us have quite similar wants with our business. So we work with younger, sort of early career artists and put projects on in the city centre. As do the Art House. They have a really good residency programme and they have studio spaces. It seemed like quite a good fit for us to work together on a project, and quite a lot of things coming up in the future that I thought it'd be a nice opportunity to pilot that together on this one and work with artists for this project, for this residency project.
And where's the outcome of the project?
So the aim of the project really is, it's all a test, so it's great for the artists that are working with us. They're all quite early career and have never worked with us before, so it's it's a great opportunity for those guys to practice their work and for them to get some good outcomes from it. But for us as an organisation and the Art House, the aim is basically just to learn what works and what doesn't work, and hopefully we can put all of the things that we've learned together and be able to apply for funding to do this again, but maybe on a bigger scale or things like that, yeah.
And what do you enjoy about the project?
It's been really nice meeting all new artists. A couple we've met before, but most of them were new to us to work with. So always in the past when we've worked with new people, we always keep a really good relationship with those people and tend to work with them again and offer funding. So it's really nice to have a new pool of people that we've worked with, and it's nice for that to be part of the art walk as well. So we work quite a lot on the art walk, and it'll be really nice to see people being commissioned and paid. Even though it's a small amount, getting some money to actually make something new on the art walk, which isn't something that's really happened before. So yeah, for that, it's been probably the best thing about it for me.